A narrative of World War I and its events. World War I, also known as the Great War or the Great War, was a global war that took place from July 28, 1914 to November 11, 1918, 5 Mordred 1293 to 19 Aben 1297 between two coalitions, the Allies on one side and the Central Powers on the other. Most of the fighting took place on the European and Middle Eastern fronts, as well as parts of Africa and Asia Pacific. On the European front, it was accompanied by entrenchment, the extensive use of artillery and chemical weapons, and the beginning of the use of tanks and military aircraft. World War I was one of the deadliest wars in history. It resulted in the deaths of an estimated 10 million military personnel, the injuries of another 20 million, and the deaths of an estimated 10 million civilians due to various causes, including massacres. The widespread displacement of people involved in the war was a major factor in the Spanish flu pandemic. Following the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, Crown Prince of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, on the 28th of June 1914 by Serbian nationalist Gavrilo Princip, a member of the Black Hand, in Sarajevo, Austria-Hungary issued ultimatum to the Kingdom of Serbia to meet several demands, and when they were not met, invaded the country. The Russian Empire, Serbia's traditional ally, began mobilizing its forces, which alarmed the German Empire, which was allied with Austria-Hungary, to prevent a two-sided war. Germany attacked Russia's ally, France, to speed up the process of invading France. The German army implemented the Schlieffen Plan, which would have German forces march through Belgium to invade France. The German invasion of Belgium prompted the British Empire, as the guarantor of the country's independence, to declare war on Germany. With the gradual arrival of allies from both sides, military conflicts quickly spread to different parts of the world. Despite a rapid start, the war soon became a stalemate in trench warfare. For a long time, neither side was able to achieve a significant victory, and the war lasted for years and left nearly 10 million people dead. Russia withdrew from the war in late 1917, serious internal problems, and the February Revolution forced Russia to sign a peace treaty with Germany. The following year, the United States entered the conflict on the side of the Allies. Finally, with the Allied victory and the end of the war in 1919, separate treaties were signed at the Paris Peace Conference, which imposed heavy penalties on the losers. World War I is one of the most significant events in human history, directly and indirectly playing a major role in determining the course of the 20th century. It marked the end of several European monarchies and brought about the downfall of four ruling dynasties: the Habsburg Lorraine dynasty in Austria, the Hohenzollern dynasty in the German Empire, the Ottoman dynasty in the Ottoman Empire, and the Romanov dynasty in the Russian Empire. Despite the establishment of the League of Nations to prevent such wars, most historians believe that the failure of post-war diplomacy and the imposition of humiliating reparations and punishments under treaties such as the Treaty of Versailles on Germany and other defeated countries fostered movements such as Nazism and paved the way for the start of World War II. The neglect of Italy and the Japanese Empire by the major powers in the distribution of reparations is also considered to be one of the reasons for the growth of fascism in Italy and the Japanese invasion of Manchuria. The war also paved the way for the Russian Revolution, which influenced the future of the world, fueling socialist revolutions and paving the way for the Soviet Union to become a global superpower. In West Asia, with the dissolution of the Ottoman Empire, a new country called the Republic of Turkey was established, and the temporary trusteeship of the Arab regions under Ottoman rule until their independence. was given to Britain and France. With the collapse of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, the countries of Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia emerged in Central Europe. In November 1918, the end of World War I was announced by the Allied embassies Britain, France, the Soviet Union, and the United States in Tehran as a result of the outbreak of World War I, the occupation of Iran by Britain, the purchase of supplies from the Iranian people by the occupying army, and the onset of the Great Iranian Famine of 1917 to 1919. Many Iranians died. For a long time, neither side was able to achieve a significant victory, and the war lasted for years, with nearly 10 million people killed before the Allied victory. After the war ended in 1919, separate treaties were signed at the Paris Peace Conference, imposing heavy reparations on the losers.